Hi guys, Zaptrosty here, and today I'm bringing you a tutorial on block swappers. So, what are block swappers? Let's give an example right here. So, block swappers can be used to swap out a block in a wall. And see, for example, this one, it brings out a crafting table, so we can craft whatever we want. And it can get hidden away, and it gives us a nice flat wall once again. Cool. That one is a wall. There are other ones in the ground where we can swap out this white wall for orange and vice versa. Cool. And there are also ceiling ones. We can push this and it brings us a little ceiling light, and we can also close that up again. So it gives us a flat ceiling. Cool. So today I'm going to show you how to build each one of these block swappers. One in the wall, one in the ground, and one in the ceiling. So let's get right to it. Okay, for your very own block swappers, depending on which one you're making, you're going to have to use a variety of different redstone. Some of them use more redstone than the other. It's basically more redstone dust. You're going to need at least 2 pistons, 1 sticky piston. You can also use 3 sticky pistons instead, but it's cheaper to use 2 pistons and 1 sticky piston. And the 2 blocks of your choice that you want to swap out. I'll be using a crafting bench and a wall block. I also forgot to mention you also need a button to activate it, or you could use a lever that puts on a short pulse. So it's up to you, but I'll be using a button for this tutorial. First one we're going to do is going to be the wall one, so we can start off by placing down our wall. If you have a wall already, so you don't need to mind about the step. Cool, and we're going to choose where our workbench is going to be brung out. So we're going to choose there, go to the back of the wall, and now we want to place a sticky piston right behind it. Not exactly behind it, but 1 block away. Oops. There we go. So now that if we activate it, it'll pull it back, and we can... There we go. Alright, from there, we want to place a redstone torch right underneath this piston. So it's going to be right underneath, like so. And we also want to place our 2 other pistons. So we're going to place one block away from this extended piston right here, so like so. And we're going to place one over there, directly opposite. So we have piston, 1 block gap, another piston, 1 block gap, piston. Now we also want to place our other block. We can place it there, or we can place it there. But don't put 2 of them. 2 of them is not going to work. We just want to swap these 2. This one and this one. Okay. Next we want to wire this up. So we want to place a block directly diagonal from this piston. And from there, if this block would be next to this redstone torch, just 1 block away, like we did with the pistons, like so. And we are going to power that block by placing repeaters going into them from the redstone torch, so we can see it from here. Cool. And on top of that, these blocks, we want to place redstone dust. Nice. Now from there, we want to place our final redstone torches, and that is going to be underneath the 2 pistons, 2 normal pistons, on the side of the block. So it will be underneath the piston and on the side of the block, like so. And we do the same on the other side, and bam. Now all we want to do is get an input to it, so we want to power the redstone torch. So I have something going into the redstone torch like so, and let's get ourselves a button. There we go. And there we go. We have a wall one. Now this input can go into anything you wish. It could go into a pressure plate, for example. So we can put something there. Get our stuff. And then we go over it again. Bam. And you can also use your lever if you wish as well. Cool. Okay, next up we're going to get one from the ground. So we're going to choose the spot where we want our crafting table to be. Cool. We don't want to place that just yet though. Now we want to dig 1, 2, 3 blocks down. So we know our crafting table is going to go there. And then 2 more blocks down, we have a 3 deep hole. And from there we want to place a sticky piston like so. Now on top of that sticky piston, you can place a crafting table. And there we go, so that if we extend that piston, there we go, we have our crafting table up. Okay, so now we want to be able to power this piston, so we're going to place a redstone torch right next to it, and this will be our main power towards this piston. Now if you saw how to build the wall block swapper, we want to place a 2 pistons 1 block away from the extended piston arm. So we see right here, we have, I'm going to carve out a little room so we can see a little better. We have the piston, a block, and another piston. Piston, block, piston. Cool. And now from there we can place our block that we want to swap it with. Awesome. And we want to send power to it. So let's carve out a little room. Now we want to do the same as we did before. We want to place 2 blocks next to the redstone torch, but just 1 block away. And we want to have repeaters going into both of them. Now from there we want to place our redstone dust on all of them, both of the sides, so we get the pistons to extend. And now we want to go to the other side here, and we want to do the exact same as we did before by placing a redstone torch right underneath the piston, but on the side of the block that's getting powered by the repeater. So we want to do that on the other side. There we go. And if we send power to this, let's say like there, and we put ourselves a pressure plate, can go up. There we go. We can also adjust where this pressure plate is. Maybe want it a little closer. I don't know. Maybe put it right there. There you go. Could even wire that up to a button if you wish. And there you have it. Okay, now to build the ceiling one. So first we want to have our ceiling. And I'm going to build this quick little ceiling like so. Cool, that's our ceiling. And at the top we're going to use some glowstone so we can switch out the ceiling with a light. Cool. So how we're going to switch that light out is by placing a piston just 1 block underneath like we did before. There we go. You might have to place that first. So now that if this extends, cool, it should push it out and it should also pull it back. Awesome. Now from there we want to put in our pistons like we have done previously. So we have our pistons at the side, 1 block away from the central sticky piston, and we want to place in the block we want to swap it with. Awesome. Now there's something different about this design than all the others. This one requires 2 less redstone dust. It doesn't require any redstone dust at all. So what we're going to do now is place the blocks like we've done before, 1 block away, and we have our block, and that's on both sides like we've done previously. Now on the side of these blocks we will place redstone torches and have repeaters going into them. Now this time we don't need to put redstone dust on top. You could if you want, but it's not necessary. And there you have it. Now if we can get power to that, swaps it out. Cool, and there's all sorts of other ways we can get power to that. Like so. Cool. And there you have it. And that will conclude the tutorial for today. Now I will go over a little explanation on how this actually works. So how this works, if we look at it from above, we can see that this piston retracts first of all, and then we can see that as soon as that glowstone comes back up, these two pistons, this one would extend and this one would pull back. So what's happening is, obviously when we push the button, this torch turns off and pulls back the piston and pulls in the block. Now the next thing it does is goes to both sides and unpowers this block, because right now this piston is being powered diagonally. So if we get rid of that, see? Now this is kind of like a bud switch, so if we put a block there, it's going to update. So what's going to happen is, it's going to update and pull back, so both of these pistons are going to pull back, and then it's going to fire once more with this torch, so it's going to push it as well. So since this one doesn't have a block, it's going to pull back and allow this one to push forward. I'm not the greatest explainer, and hopefully that's how it actually works. So it all relies on it also being powered like twice. So if we look at the one at the side, we can see that it's being powered twice. We can see it's being powered by the redstone dust and a redstone torch there. Because what it wants to do is like send a signal to it and then send a signal to it again. Because as soon as this turns off, redstone torches have some extra delay, and that goes back into the piston once more. So that's about how it works. Hope you guys enjoyed and found this useful. Hope you can use these in your own worlds for your own benefit. If you did enjoy or found this useful, a like would be appreciated. And I'll see you guys in the next one.